Again, this morning we are celebrating Arbor Day, a day to appreciate and plant trees. And over at Delaware Park, there is one tree that really stands out above the rest.
Yeah, experts estimate that this particular tree is the oldest in the Queen City, and that's where we find Daybreak's Kevin O'Neill this morning as he introduces us to the mighty oak. Good morning, Kev.
Yes. And the city forester for the city of Buffalo. This is a Rob Hassinger, Wisconsin guy who married a nice Buffalo girl and now have a family of 3 kids. How are you? Nice to see you.
Hi, good.
Happy Arbor Day.
Happy Arbor Day to you, Kevin.
And again, the tree behind you, I was here yesterday getting some footage, and it's something that dates back centuries.
Yes, the mighty oak. We're standing near the mighty oak here in Delaware Park. A very old, magnificent white oak tree. Dates back to the early 1700s, quite possibly the oldest tree in Buffalo, could be.
How do they estimate that?
Yeah, so by the species, again, this is a white oak, the size, so this is a relatively slow-growing tree. So we have a very rough estimation of the age of the tree, but the best way is to count the rings, which we're not going to cut down the tree.
Now, at Sycamore, on Franklin rather, there is a sycamore, a fast-growing tree, and that's also sort of in the running for oldest tree. Matter of fact, there was a marker put on it back in 1960. Yes,
there's a marker there. That tree is very old. Magnificent tree. Could be the oldest tree in Buffalo, but it's just a really cool tree growing in downtown Buffalo. So it's great.
Possibly the bronze medalist would be there's also an oak tree in the zoo.
In the zoo, there's a very old white oak tree as well. That's very old. Not as large as this tree, but again, a great tree.
But again, you think of the year 1700 and what this area looked like back then. So how can we celebrate Arbor Day? What can we do?
Yeah, so plant a tree, care for trees, hug a tree.
What's the best way to water a tree?
Yeah, so trees prefer deeper, infrequent soakings, as opposed to a lawn that likes sometimes daily soaking. So during the drier months, put the hose out there at a slow trickle, 30-40 minutes, and just give it a good deep soaking.
And what is the state of Buffalo trees right now?
Yeah, so the state of Buffalo trees overall, the trees are in fair condition. Trees are up against things, pests and diseases. Over the years, we've lost trees to Dutch elm disease in the 60s and 70s, and more recently, emerald ash borer. So we really try to diversify the types of trees that we have so that we don't have to encounter these massive losses.
And again, Buffalo, one of the cities in the country with the oldest trees, being an older city. Among the places with the best varieties, South Park, and the Forest Lawn is considered an arboretum to the variety of trees that are there.
Fascinating stuff. Kevin, thanks for that this morning.